Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're celebrating the remarkable achievements of Prince George, whose growing academic talent has been quietly shining behind palace walls. At just 12 years old, the young prince has already impressed his teachers and even his father, the Prince of Wales, with his exceptional grasp of history and natural curiosity for learning. During a recent interview at Windsor Castle, Prince William affectionately admitted that his son often outperforms him when it comes to recalling historical facts and dates, joking that he now checks with George for accuracy. It's a charming glimpse into the bright and inquisitive mind of the future king, whose education has become a central focus for his parents. With important decisions looming about his next school, William and Catherine are said to be weighing options that will nurture both George's intellect and his character, ensuring he grows into a thoughtful, well-rounded leader ready to carry the monarchy into the future. Despite his royal responsibilities, the Prince of Wales has made a point to be a hands-on father, taking his kids to Taylor Swift concerts, Wimbledon appearances, and more. He's even recruited Prince George into his football fandom, despite the fact that his favored club, Aston Villa, isn't always a perennial favorite. As George has grown up, he and his father have attended several games together, including a special outing to the two-part Champions League quarterfinal in April 2025, when the pair attended the away game at Paris Saint-Germain, before returning to Villa Park for the conclusion. While Aston Villa ultimately lost the quarterfinal with an aggregate score of 5-4, William's memories with his son made the stressful matches more than worth it. Following the release of the new Father's Day image, which shows William posing with Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, it suggests that he is now determined to make sure their upbringings are very different to his own. William is very much the protector here, stretching both arms out to encircle his children in a winged gesture, as though hiding them under his wings. As far as we're concerned, within our family unit, we are a normal family. I love my children the same way any father does, and I hope George loves me the same way any son does to his father, so we are very normal in that sense. I take my duties and my responsibilities to my family very seriously. I want to bring my children up as good people. Further explaining, William appears to want a more modern upbringing for their three children. He continually shows how he uses lessons from his past to forge the kind of family unit he sees as more modern and more ideal. His understanding of duty and loyalty seems strong, but he is clearly also determined to create a more casual and playful life for his own children than he or his father were allowed to enjoy. The list of godparents, 7 in all, represented something of a break with tradition. Most of them were old friends of the then Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, rather than being drawn from the ranks of royalty, as might have happened in the past. Only one member of the royal family made the cut, Zara Tindall, and she did not even have a title. When the eyes of the world were on Prince George, when he was christened at St. James's Palace on 23 October 2013, the celebration followed protocol to the letter. The 3-month-old wore a handmade replica of the Honiton christening robe, commissioned by Queen Victoria, and was baptized using water from the River Jordan in the 184-year-old historic lily font. Prince George was, as royal expert Valentine Lowe writes in his book Courtiers, on his best behavior. And in keeping with royal tradition, the young prince was christened using the ornate 175-year-old historic lily font, while water from the River Jordan was also used. Then, following the service, the new parents hosted a private tea at Clarence House, with guests served slices of christening cake from a tier taken from William and Catherine's wedding cake. The Prince and Princess of Wales chose a total of 7 godparents for their eldest son, and only one of them was royal. Historically, royal children's godparents should be exclusively royal, whether relatives or foreign sovereigns. But William and Catherine's decision marked something of a shift towards a new era of modern royalty. The young couple opted to bestow the symbolic honor upon 6 of their closest friends and confidants, as well as William's cousin Zara Tindall, the only royal to make the list. The prince has previously revealed how it was hard to keep a straight face when sitting opposite his cousins in church. Born just 13 months apart, Zara was reportedly a great comfort to William after his mother Diana's death in 1997. Though she may not be a working royal and has experienced less media attention than William and Harry, the royal cousins have become protective of each other over time. While the Princess of Wales is seemingly good at everything she attempts, she once admitted that there is one craft she couldn't wrap her head around when she tried it several years ago: knitting. Catherine revealed that she first tried her hand at knitting in 2013 when she was pregnant with her eldest child, Prince George, and attempted to hone the skill to make her new baby some hand-knitted clothes. Years later, in 2020, during a trip to Bradford, Catherine visited Older Yet Wiser, an organization that supports grandparents, and met with some grandmothers who were showing off their impressive crocheting skills. When it came to Pippa Middleton, Princess Catherine's sister and financier James Matthews, too, the ceremony was a big deal. There were royals in attendance, and in May 2017, Catherine and her children were also part of the wedding party. Weddings are typically an emotional event. People travel from all over to see two people join hands and make a promise to love each other for the rest of their lives. Prince George served as a page boy, and Princess Charlotte wore a beautiful little gown as she strolled down the aisle after her aunt. Shedding tears at a wedding isn't unusual. But when it came to Pippa's wedding, everyone wanted to know why a certain prince was pictured sobbing. However, people think they now know why the young prince was seen crying outside of St. Mark's Church in Englefield that day. Pictures circulated of George holding hands with his mother, sobbing as they walked. According to reports, the 3-year-old was rather upset. Allegedly, what happened was that Princess Charlotte, still very little at the time, accidentally stepped on Pippa's dress. The 3-year-old Prince George decided to copy her. Because he was still in nappies at the time. Catherine quickly stepped in, moved George to the side, and gently scolded him. Cameras caught that moment. And soon after, there was another photo of George crying. It's not certain how close those two moments were, but one theory is that something Charlotte said, maybe another scolding or command, tipped him over the edge after already being upset. Calling him a poor little guy, commenters were quick to talk about how sad it was to see such a young tot ball. However, others thought it was probably more likely that it was down to a temper tantrum or a toddler simply being a toddler rather than having played up during the wedding. We have seen a lot of the royal children since then, with a picture having broken an unofficial record following one of the Prince of Wales's birthdays. Thankfully, no more tears have been spotted in the last 8 years. Instead, plenty of smiles.